Okay. Yeah, so we just want to hit Titan off the top here, and we'll be good. All right, opponent has Titan. That's great and all, but I'm going to stop you right there. Hello, and welcome, everybody. We are here for round 4 with the list you see on screen. We are currently 2-1, and if you don't know how we got here, then go check out match 1 and all the matches after that, so you can understand where this deck list comes from. All I'm going to say for now is that we are playing some Oblivion Stone thanks to the suggestion of MHayashi, another content creator here on the YouTube platform. So if you're not familiar with them, then go check them out. But yeah, we're just trying to jam some Amulet. Got some pretty standard stuff going on. Trying to maximize on our turn 1 green sources and do some other fun stuff in the sideboard here. Otherwise, the main board is pretty understandable. Let me know what you think about the list, and I will see you guys in the games. Alright, we have a match here, so let's hop on in. See if we're on the play or not. We are, that's great. Playing against Fudge Sickles. Very interesting name. I support it. We got a turn 1 Scout, turn 2 Explore kind of hand. We got Titan mana ready to go. We just need to draw a Titan, so this is definitely a keep, in my opinion. Scout plus Explore makes this hand a turn 3 Titan, if I'm not mistaken. Assuming we have the untapped sources that we need, which I think we do. Definitely leading on turn 1 Scout here. Our 12 green sources coming in clutch here. Making sure we can cast this guy on turn 1. That's the idea, at least. See, Wooded Foothills go. Interesting. Not what I expected. There's some possibility we're playing against the Ponza deck. I don't know. Like, if it was a red aggro deck, they probably would have played a Swiss Spear or something on turn 1. If it were Ponza, I would have expected to see a Utopia Sprawl or some kind of, like, Arbor Elf type effect on turn 1, and just nothing is very confusing to me. I actually don't know what we're playing against. I suppose it could potentially be, like, Amulet or something, or like Niv to Light. I'm not really sure. The reason I'm mentioning all this is I'm trying to evaluate whether I think it's worth risking exposing a Growth Chamber here to some kind of land destruction effect. I think I'm going to play it safe and not do that. Actually, we can explore into Growth Chamber and then hold up our Tribe Scout with our second Growth Chamber to pick up the first one if they do target it with something, so it's probably pretty free here to just go ahead and explore and put a Growth Chamber into play, so that is what I'm going to do. Ooh, Dryad is a nice one. Let's pick up this Radiant Fountain for max value here and pass it back, not attacking with our little 1/1 Scout here. As I like to say, he has got other plans. My bad. She has got other plans. Our opponent has a tapped Breeding Pool, okay. Radiant Fountain, so perhaps it is the Amulet then. Explore, yeah, so we're playing the Mirror, okay. Well, turn 1 Scout is pretty good in the Mirror, especially if our opponent doesn't seem to have an Amulet, so... Unless they're sandbagging it until the last possible moment. Or do they just top deck an Amulet? We're looking ahead here, I would say. Well, there's the Amulet that I was fretting about. But that's okay. Not much we can do about that. If we top deck a Titan, we can actually play it. I suppose there's no reason not to just put the Growth Chamber into play now, so that's what I'm going to do. It gives us the maximum number of untapped sources going late. Gets another tap land out of the way. No Titan to play. Sad times. We'll play a Radiant Fountain, I guess. We'll play a Dryad. We'll play, I guess, just a tapped Breeding Pool. Pass it back. Holding up the Scout here, I suppose. We have Windswept Teeth for extra Valakut triggers if we draw a Valakut, so there's that. We really would like to find that Titan. That's what we need. Our opponent could have a Zeus plus Arboreal Grazer plus Titan this turn, if that's... Oh, no, I guess they don't even need the Grazer. They just play a Zeus, play Bounce Land 3 times and cast Titan, so... If they have a Zeus, they have Titan here, but without Dryad triggers. Playing a Stronghold out is interesting. They have a Dryad as well. Okay. Yeah, so we just want to hit Titan off the top here, and we'll be good. I am going to scout in a land here. Probably just the Sun Home Forest. I don't think it really makes a difference. I'm going to put in the Sun Home. They're hitting us with a Ghost Quarter right now. I think that's actually good for us, because it gives us one more draw, or one less non-Titan draw, I guess I should say, and it doesn't actually do anything meaningful, so Titan. Can't find it. That's alright, that's alright. We can double strike our Dryad. I'm going to keep one of these lands in hand, not only because we can scout it in at instant speed, but because it allows us additional Valakut triggers somewhere down the line. So we'll swing. They block, then we Sun Home it. They don't block, we still Sun Home it because value. Get in for 4 whole points of damage. And now our opponent's just going to have Titan, and we're going to lose. It's going to be fantastic. They would have to have 2 lands or a bounce land and Titan for that to work out the way that I just described it as well. So, I don't know. Maybe we're okay here. Garen Brig. Okay, that is effectively the same as a bounce land here. Let's see if they have the Titan. Boros Garrison. Okay. We're just gonna... I was gonna say F6 through the turn, but we might need to activate Scout here, so... Okay, they do have the Titan. Okay. Well, the likelihood is that we're just dead here, I would say. They float a white off the garrison, activate the Garen Brig, leaving the stronghold untapped. Yep. And now they get Valakut plus something else, haste to get second Valakut, Vesuva copy Valakut, so we're probably just dead. Tragic that we could not find our own Primeval Titan in time. I bet it's on top of our deck. We're definitely going to draw a card to see, assuming that MTGO will allow us. Just getting double Valakut. That makes a ton of sense. Alright, I'm just going to scoop this one on up. Concede game. We have lost. We've been bested. Top card was, in fact, the Titan, of course. Of course. Alright, so in this matchup, we want Dismembers. We want Force of Vigor. We want Reclamation Sage. Probably want De-Glamour as well. Pact of Negation is an interesting one. I don't love Pact of Negation, honestly. Even though it lets our Titan set up an answer to our opponent's Titan. I don't know. Is that good enough reason to have it? I don't know. I'm going to try it. I don't feel like it's the strongest, but that's okay. We can trim some Explorers here. We can trim the Bajuka Bog for sure, as it does nothing. Cavern of Souls is good to cast Scouts on turn 1, so I don't mind that. Ghost Quarters, quite good. Maybe just a Summoner's Pact. Don't want to get got by our opponent's Ghost Quarter effect. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with this. Don't think we want to bring in trackers or anything, so... Alright, just run it this way. Would love to shuffle an opponent's Dryad into their deck with De-Glamour, just for them to Summoner's Pact it back into their hand and play it. I think it would be pretty hilarious for us to go turn 1 to Amulet, and then they go turn 1 to Amulet, and then we go turn 2 land, De-Glamour your Amulet. That would be pretty sick. Alright, play first. Of course. We have a Scout into turn 3 Titan here, type of hand, and a Dismember to fill the gaps, so I'm absolutely keeping this. Little Scout Garen Brig action here. Who needs Amulet? We definitely don't. Don't need it. Our opponent mulligans 6 cards. See, this is our turn 3 Titan hand with the Titan. That's what makes this hand just better than the last one, obviously. Opponent mulligans to 5. They're digging hard. Alright, let's lead on the Scout. Of course. Pass it to our opponent. See if they have the Dismember. Oh, they have turn 1 Scout also. Interesting. Alright, well, let's play out this T-West. I actually don't mind just dismembering their Scout. Is that crazy? Or should we hold the Dismember for Dryad? I feel like holding it for Dryad is going to be a little more relevant. Yeah, I feel like holding it for a 3-drop is going to be better here. Of course, we can scout in a Sanctuary, pick up the Breeding Pool, and have Breeding Pool into Garen Brig this upcoming turn, so... Here comes an untapped land for our opponent's Dryad. Cool. We definitely want to dismember this one. So let's just go ahead and do so. Our opponent's end step, we'll go ahead and put in this Sanctuary. Amulet is an interesting one. Sadly, we can't get that one into play before we cast this Titan. I don't think. Only because we had to put in the Sanctuary last turn in order to actually cast Titan this turn if we didn't have an Amulet, so it's kind of Unfortunate, but we'll take it. If our opponent has exactly land Titan, then they can resolve a Titan, but we'll have our Titan in play first. So I'm going to ignore the amulet for the time being. Just shock in this breeding pool, scout in this Garen Brig, get Titan into play, so on and so forth. Here is the big guy. I don't know what we're setting up here. Probably just blue bounce land and Valakut makes sense. Set up Dryad. I don't mind that. That's what I'm going to go for. And just pick up... We could either pick up the Sanctuary for repeated land triggers or just the T-West. I think I'm going to pick up the T-West. Pass it back. We already have one land to play with Dryad in our hand secretly. This Turn Timber Symbiosis here, so... And then if we get to attack with our Titan, that's going to enable us to search for another bounce land and Valakut. So even if our opponent has Titan here, I think we probably just win. I don't know if we can do lethal Valakut triggers or not. We'll see. Alright, opponent has Titan. That's great and all, but I'm going to stop you right there. They resolve Titan, search, and concede. Love it. Love it. Alright, do we want these Osones? I really think we don't. Although being on the draw actually makes Osone a little more interesting, because we're more likely to fall behind on the draw, but I still don't think that it's the effect that we're looking for in this matchup, so I'm going to run it back. Imagine if that hand had Grazer instead of Scout. We would have been quite far behind, actually. Definitely mulliganing the all-lander force hand. You see another Garen Brig Scout hand. Yeah, I think we're keeping this. Probably bottoming the negation. It's kind of close. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that this Pact of Negation will be useful, so I'm going to get rid of the Summoner's Pact. Like, we don't need a second Pact. We already have Titan mana ready to go. Our opponent has turn 1 Amulet. Okay. Radiant Fountain is not a bad one, because it does give us the Titan mana that we so needed. Here's Scout. Pass it back. See if our opponent has the turn 2 3-drop here. Looks like they do. Our opponent's hand is just better than ours. Okay, well, if they have the Titan, then we're in trouble. I'm also now realizing we don't actually have a forest to make Garen Brig enter untapped anyways. So I think we're supposed to play out the Garen Brig here. Yeah, I mean, against our opponent's draw, if they have the Titan, there's just nothing we could really have done about it. Even having a second Summoner's Pact to get a 3-drop wouldn't have done anything, so... I suppose if our opponent goes for some kind of cheeky play that leaves them potentially dead to Summoner's Pact, I mean, we still can't even pay for our Pact negation, so... Yeah, I just don't think there's anything we can do here. It's kind of tragic. We do have an instant speed gain 2 life effect. Don't know if that'll be relevant here. Yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything about any of this. Yep. This is what I said about being on the draw in game 3. On the play, we would have been in a much better shape than this. Probably even being able to Pact of Negation our opponent's Titan. But, that is not the case. All the Valakut triggers in the world. Sending one at our Scout here. Rest upstairs. Alright, let's just go ahead and Scout in this Radiant Fountain, I guess. I don't know. I guess if we put in Growth Chamber, then we could top deck an untap source. Even resolving a Titan doesn't do anything here. We don't have enough land drops to make a Dryad relevant for Valakut triggers. I think we're just dead, to be honest. I'm going to put in the Radiant Fountain, but there's probably not even a reason to be playing out the rest of this game. Even Oblivion Stone wouldn't get us out of this one. We're at 3. Ooh, a forest. Alright, we gotta do the only logical thing. We gotta cast a Summoner's Pact and find Sakura Tribe Scout. Play Sakura Tribe Scout. And then concede. Alrighty, so our opponent got us on the Amulet Mirror. What is it with me and losing the mirror? I feel like I lose the mirror far more often than I win the mirror. Maybe I just don't mulligan enough? I don't know. I mean, I felt like we had a really good chance on this mirror, and our opponent just happened to have the amulet. I don't know. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys for the last round, where hopefully we can salvage our run, currently 2-2, turn it into a 3-2, get our full league value back, and I will have some parting thoughts for the list at the end of match 5, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, this is Red Face Menace, signing off.